This is the 5th episode of our southwestern Colorado and southeastern Utah RV trip. I'll include a link in the video description as well as a card above to the playlist of all prior episodes if you have not already watched them. Today we explore the Valley of the Gods and look out over it from the Moki Dugway switchback road before checking out Goosenecks State Park. We then go to Mexican Hat Rock before relocating our trailer 2 hours north to just south of Moab, Utah. Then we head into town to watch the Independence Day fireworks. It is now the next morning, and I came out here earlier to set up this camera right here to do a morning time lapse. This camera over here, next to just past the truck, it was doing a time lapse all night long, so I'll show that as well. Now, I wanted to do this morning update in the trailer, but people are still sleeping in there, so I came out here so I could make sound. The outside temperature was down to 68 degrees this morning, and then the inside had gotten down to 64 degrees. And also, if we look here at my phone, you can see the Victron monitoring portal. And also I'll show the screen in the trailer, and you can see the battery is down to 28%. At the burn rate that it was going through the battery in the evening when it was really hot outside still, it would have maybe lasted until about 7 a.m., about now. But now you can see there's 28% remaining, and that's obviously because it cooled down throughout the night so the AC didn't have to work as hard. Right now we're getting 268 watts of solar, and right now it's 7:06 a.m., and the mini split is only pulling 270 watts. Now, one thing I was going to mention is that the battery, when I woke up at around 5:45, was actually at 34%, but I had left the water heater off all night just to make sure we had enough. And so when I saw that we had plenty, I turned it back on, and it pulled down the battery about 6% pretty rapidly. So I think the kids are about to wake up, so we're going to eat breakfast, and then we're going to go exploring down that road right there, going up through the Valley of the Gods, looping around and seeing more sights. I saw water dripping out of the mini split drain yesterday, so I thought, hey, I'm going to be running this all night. Why not put a bucket down here and see how much water we get? And look at that. There's actually more water there than I expected. I'm going to get a measuring cup and see how much water that is. So that right there, aside from the little bit that I spilled on the ground, that's a very full cup right there. We could definitely run that through our Berkey filter and drink it if we wanted to. I'll let the desert have it because we have plenty of water. Okay, and that I would say is about 2/3 full. Yeah, I would say about 1.6 cups of water just overnight, running the mini split all night long in the really hot temperatures here in the desert where the humidity is very, very low. So when we go camping in a more humid climate, I'm going to be doing this again and see how much water we get at that time. But for now, I'll just let these plants have the water. So I'm going to go into the trailer now that the kids are waking up, and I want to ask them how the temperature was in the back of the trailer. In the front of the trailer, it was quite cool, and we had lots of blankets on, but we wanted to make sure it was cool enough in the back for the kids. Good morning, Clara.
Good morning.
How was the temperature in here?
Good.
You're on the top bunk, and you're in the back. Was it hot or cold or perfect?
Perfect. Perfect.
Lydia, how was the temperature for you last night?
Perfect.
All night? Awesome. Glad to hear it. How was the temperature for you last night, Lucy?
At the beginning, I was cold because I wasn't in my sleeping bag. But then I got in my sleeping bag and I was perfect the rest of the night.
Oh, great. Glad to hear it. We're running the microwave for breakfast right now, so the battery's down to 27%. We are now heading out to go driving around, seeing sights in the area, so we're going to show you that adventure, but first I'll do a quick systems update before we depart. So right now it is 8:29 a.m. and the battery's down to 20%. It's down more because we took some showers and hot water takes a lot of energy to heat back up. But that hot water heater's done now, and so the battery is now charging. We're getting almost 1,000 watts from the solar panels. The mini split is currently pulling about 720 watts, but a little bit less because I am actually charging a drone battery. over here still. The mini split we are going to just leave on the whole time we're gone, and it's still set to 64 degrees, although for this morning a few minutes James messed it up and it was not on for a little bit. So inside right now, here in the window where the sun is shining on it, it's 71.2 degrees, and outside it's 86.5. I think that's also a little hot because the outside probe that this wire is attached to is dangling in the sun below the trailer right now. So now let's go explore this area. Hey girls.
Lucy caught a lizard.
Oh, what?
Just by its tail, and then its tail is half gone.
Yeah, just the very tip of the tail's gone.
Lucy, could I hold it?
Cool.
No.
Good job, Lucy. Those are hard to catch. James wants to hold it.
Second lizard I've caught.
Squish it. Kids wanted to climb up on this rock, so they climbed up on the rock. And Lucy lost her lizard. All right, let's go for a drive.
We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go, go.
Right there on the right side is the Sitting Hen Butte that we are camped next to, and the one on the left is the Rooster Butte that is also near us. And so from this perspective, the Sitting Hen Butte actually does look more like a hen. So that's kind of fun to see from this far away. Just to give you an idea, this is how far away. We are at the Valley of the Gods information station parking lot. And luckily they have some porta potties here for people like us, so that's nice. And then this is the highway going past. Looks like all these people are together probably. From where we are right now, I don't know how well you can see it, but way in the distance right there is the Sitting Hen Butte and the Rooster Butte, way on the other side. We've now hit the switchback road climbing up into the mountain.
The other one.
We are at the Moki Lookout, I think is what it's called. And indeed, it has quite a view to look out across. And it looks like there's a little bit of a hike to do over this direction, so we're going to go over there and check it out. That down there is the road that we just drove up, and when we go back down, that's where we're going to be going down as well.
Under the walk and then out of the walk, and then it keeps going and then we go under.
That's where we just came up. What do you think of the view, Lydia?
Chicken.
Yeah, we need to go on this little hike right here, and then we'll be able to see on the other side. So let's go. Did you have a good nap in the car? Look at this view, guys. What do you girls think?
You can also see where we camped out, but it's very far. See, the head is right over there.
Yeah. You can see the Sitting Hen Butte. Wow, isn't this amazing? That is another view of the Sitting Hen Butte and the Rooster Butte. And we are way up here, so it's very far away now. Is this what it looks like to view the valley from the drone, you think?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it is.
See where a river has gone through here?
Wow. Look at that
See
vista.
where the river has gone through here?
We are now at the top of the Moki switchbacks. So this is all Valley of the Gods over this direction. And then over here is the Goosenecks State Park. So that's where we're going to head to next and check that out. This road actually does continue on this direction and then goes up on the plateau, and we're just going to turn around at this point. This right here is the entrance to the Goosenecks State Park. It looks like they're missing their sign. That's unfortunate. All right, James and I are coming over here to see the view, and sure enough, it's epic. That is awesome. What do you think of the river, Clara?
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. You've seen a lot of beautiful views today, huh?
Yeah, I think this one is the coolest.
This is the coolest view?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's so cool.
So we've got one gooseneck there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All from this one viewpoint. That is pretty impressive. Is that so cool? Yeah, James likes it. There's some people rafting down the river, and they're going to have to go all the way around all 4 of these goosenecks before they can continue on instead of just coming around one bend. but they're having a good time, I imagine, so that's totally fine in their book, probably.
Crazy to me that people from other countries will come to somewhere like this.
What were some of the countries?
Czech Republic, France, Australia, and this is all just since like the last 3 or 4 days.
Oh, wow.
Poland, France, Netherlands, Spain, Italy, Germany, Poland.
Utah.
This is a much better view, don't you think, Clara? Yeah. What did you girls find?
Shade. Where's the truck? It's so hot up here.
You got this, Clara. Good job. You got this, James. After Goosenecks State Park, we drove a short 12 minutes away to Mexican Hat Rock. The area is great for ATV riding, and there are some campsites here. We didn't have an ATV, and the weather was getting quite hot by this point in the day, so we just observed the rock from the truck and also looked closer with the drone. The rock is pretty impressively balanced on a very narrow base high up on this pedestal rock that makes it quite distinctive. Also, the surrounding desert is still very striking, as is the case in this whole area, but this is next to the San Juan River, which makes for a beautiful stripe of green meandering around the red rock formations. If you're in the area, I highly recommend checking out all of the things we saw today, as they're all in the same general area, and together make for a great day of adventure exploring them all. We are back to the trailer, and it is 65.8 degrees in here, and outside it is showing 100.2 degrees. The battery on the trailer is now at 48%, and the AC is consuming, the AC loads, which is mostly the mini split, is consuming almost 1,000 watts, and we're getting 2,100 watts from the solar panels right now, and right now it is 12:07 p.m. What did you think of the sights today?
Valley of the Gods, cool.
How was the Goosenecks, Lucy?
Cool. The hikes were good.
How was the Mexican Hat, girls?
I thought very cool.
Yeah, it was just another rock formation like the rest. Oh, Clara. Oh boy. It is now 1:05 p.m. and we're packing up to head up to Moab. And so right now our consumption is high because the mini split, but also you'll see the L1 is much higher. That's the water heater that's on. And then we're getting 2,200 watts of solar right now, and the battery is currently at 56%. And this is going to charge much more quickly here in a minute when I turn off the mini split and we're traveling, so that all the solar is going to be going into the battery. As an update on the temperatures, we've been coming and going, so it could be a little cooler in here because the door's been open. But right now it's 69.4 inside, and outside it's 100.2. So yeah, that's a pretty good delta right there of about 30 degrees that the mini split is cooling it down in here, and the breeze feels very nice. The water has continued dripping out of the mini split, and that's a pretty good puddle of water there. So based on my experiment last night, we could actually be collecting this water and drinking it, but we have plenty, and it would be more effort than it's worth unless we were desperate. We are now packed up, and we're going to drive back north up to Moab, and I'll show you the road on the way out. The drive up to Moab is about a 2-hour drive, which is exactly the same time it takes to drive from Cortez, Colorado, where we came from previously, to the Sitting Hen Butte. Since today is Independence Day and the timing worked out, we wanted to be in Moab in order to see their fireworks display. This area, being a super dry hot desert, has restrictions on personal fireworks, and we didn't have any anyway. So this display is all of the fireworks we're going to be able to observe in this area. The views driving eastward along scenic US 163 towards Bluff start out as relatively flat and boring desert. Then on the horizon we see a band of red contrasting with the green foreground, before we arrive and cut through a jagged gap of Comb Ridge rock formation ending in Bluff, Utah. Comb Ridge is a 80-mile-long distinctive sandstone rock formation just west of Bluff. Just past Bluff, the highway turned north up to White Mesa for many miles of relatively flat desert again. After passing Blanding's rugged high desert plateaus, the terrain grows ever more theatrical near Moab, where the massive Moab Fault suddenly juxtaposes rock layers rising over half a mile of vertical uplift, revealing the colossal forces of erosion and tectonics that sculpted this iconic landscape. We've stopped off at a boondocking location we've never been to before, and since my sister's here in her car, we're just gonna go scout it out really quick in her car, and we're gonna go down this road and see if we want to camp here. After scouting out the other location, we decided the road was too gnarly and too long for our purposes since we're going to be just here one night. So we relocated here on the other side of the highway and a little bit farther north, and we have a campsite right here that will fit the bill. So while I'm getting the trailer set up, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the mini split in here so we can begin the trailer cooling down. Inside right now you can see it's 95.4 degrees and outside it's 101.8. So yeah, we definitely want to get that going. So I've set the mini split to 64 degrees, and that's probably where we'll keep it the whole time that we're here. As a quick update on the electrical system, the battery got to 100% while we were driving, so solar's barely producing anything and the AC loads are low. But right now the AC is going to kick in and it's going to be different parameters in a little bit. There were a lot of potential campsites in this new boondocking location. Based on my prior experience in the Moab area, this location is likely typically quite crowded, but we had it nearly to ourselves, I assume due to the extreme heat. There was one truck camper up the road a bit from us, and that's it. This general boondocking area is not very level, and I didn't explore further up the road with just the truck, but from what I can see of the area, there are a lot more potential campsites here for more nimble rigs not towing a trailer. I'm guessing that in peak camping season, the area where we're located probably has trailers parked within a few feet of each other, like in a parking lot, because this is a convenient and short 18-minute drive south from the center of Moab. The trailer is totally set up now, and the inside is now down to 84.4, and outside it's basically 103 degrees. The induction cooktop is being used to cook dinner right now, and so we're drawing out of the battery at 600 watts, and we're getting 1600 watts of solar, so we know now that that's as much solar as we could be getting right now, and we're pulling 2 kilowatts of AC consumption right now. As a quick update on the water system, our fresh is showing 2/3 full, gray and black about 1/3 and 2/3, but those are really inaccurate, so I don't know if there's any point in really looking at those. We've been here for about an hour, and it's now down to 80 degrees inside, and it's 102 degrees outside. And then looking at the electrical system, we're at 98% on the battery, withdrawing about 1700 watts from the battery. We're getting 1400 watts from solar, and we're consuming 2500 watts right now. Right now we have the convection oven running, as well as the induction cooktop, and so that's what we're seeing up here. The mini split is on both L1 and L2, and then the microwave is on L1, and the induction cooktop is on L2. So I guess right now the induction cooktop is actually off, but we were running it a minute ago. Hey girls, how's your dinner?
Delicious.
What is your dinner?
Hamburger cupcakes.
Hamburger cupcakes.
Yes.
Muffin burgers.
Muffin burgers.
And I have all the colors of 4th of July because red, white, and blue.
You're right.
Red, white, and blue.
That's awesome, Clara. We are now taking off, and we're going to head into Moab to see their fireworks show and check out the sights and other things, spend the evening over there. Looking at the temperatures, we're down to 74.3 inside and 99.5 outside. And then the battery is down to 93%. We're getting 923 watts of solar, and we're using 1000 watts for the mini split right now. We're gassing up the truck yet again. The pump doesn't allow us to go over $100, so it stopped there. 25.323 gallons, and that's at $3.94 a gallon for 85 octane. We have done the second transaction now, and they've added another 7.604 gallons, and that's $30.03. Girls, what did you get?
Smoke.
Frosties. Did you call it a Smoky? Nice and cool.
Cool.
Girls, what are you wearing?
Sunglasses.
Wow. So much style in one place. Nice. We are now in Moab and in a park here, and we are just setting up camp to watch the fireworks that are going to be going off here once darkness sets. And this park where we're at is called Swaney Park in Moab. I forgot to mention today's the 4th of July, so that explains the fireworks. I've never spent the 4th of July in Moab, Utah before, so this is a first for me, and obviously a first for all the kids too. And of course there's a park here which is great for passing the time while we wait for darkness to fall. Go James!
Everyone switch?
Yeah. And James's.
Oh, there's some early fireworks going off somewhere. What is this, girls? Alright, we're done with the fireworks show. Girls, was that worth staying up late for?
Yeah.
Alright, we're heading back to the trailer and we're gonna go to bed. Back here at the trailer, the inside is at 64 degrees, which is what we set it to, and the outside is 82.6. And the battery is at 76%. And we have about 200 watts going to maintain the mini split. So we'll see where this is in the morning when we wake up, but we'll leave the mini split on at 64 degrees. And all day since we got here, we've had it on at 64 degrees while we were off in Moab.